Hey, we're recording again. Welcome back to the Alexandrian Codex. I'm Alex. This is Hearts of Iron 4, playing the Kaiserreich mod as the Austrian Empire, and I've kind of botched creating the, God, I forget what this country is called. Either of the United, the pluralist Austria-Hungaries. Now, we can go ahead and integrate them this way, but a little differently. Fall Burgos reports from Burgos confirms Carlis' temporary capital has been captured by advancing Spanish troops after skirmishes in the countryside. They're gonna lose. This is why we don't back the Carlists, because they lose every damn time. Well, not every time, but most of the time. Serbia's declared war on Bulgaria. Don't we have you guaranteed? Wait, what? I thought I guaranteed you. Fourth Balkan War. Country was... Oh, there we go. Country was reborn, but this isn't an intervention. In the Balkans, after the Weltkrieg, Greater Bulgaria, the titan of the peninsula, uniting all Bulgarian lands and beyond. This kingdom, for all Bulgarians, was born with bloodshed and war, though defeating Serbia, Greece, and Romania in the Weltkrieg, a move that these three nations are still bitter about today. This tension has led to the formation of the Belgrade Pact, and this alliance of Balkan states has now declared war on the Tsardom, bring the region into conflict again. Will Tsar Boris III save his nation from this overwhelming force, or will his kingdom be divided once more? We can't do anything or send aid. Yeah, just send aid to Bulgaria, sure. It's not a substantial amount of aid, but there you go. That's what you get. It'll be amazing if they manage to pull off a victory on their own. Well, not amazing, but the Belgrade Pact tends to be pretty tough. Success at the 7th Oxlab. Yeah, I thought it was a success. Then why? Okay, whatever. AUS A New Hungary. Yeah, that trigger is not very descriptive, is it? Oh well. It's fine. Kaiser. So, Bohemia is a subject. Well, we'll see which one of these we want to pick when we get down to that point. Unsurprisingly, Korea got re-annexed because they had no chance of survival there. But yeah, goodbye Bulgaria. We could send you troops, but it wouldn't make a difference. We're just gonna have to avenge you later on once we unify a bit more. Not AUS Slovakia occupied, not AUS a New Hungary. Ideology has grown. Dope. Our party popularity still isn't very high, but it doesn't need to be. Fall of Washington. Syndicate militias have advanced towards and captured the symbolic capital of the United States, Washington, D.C. They stormed the Capitol building, met strong resistance, but eventually they broke through, and the flag of the Combined Syndicates of America now flies over the U.S. Capitol. Rumors are that syndicate militias have been rounding up all political representatives they could find in the city to give them trial, although unconfirmed sources claim that the most important government figures have been evacuated during the battle, with their current whereabouts unknown. The KK Ministeria Yeah, sure. The KK ministeria are similar to a once common ministeria with Hungary, meant to coordinate administrative efforts with new subjects. Ministeria? Pronunciation? How? I'm fine with what we're rocking right now. I guess I could go for new battleship design. I mean, we're gonna build one battleship every 5 years at best. Damn, already gone. The Savoyard crisis resolved. After the demand by the Commune of France that the province of Haute-Savoie be immediately ceded to the persecution of the French population, the Swiss government decided to avoid the threat of war and agreed, stating that a peaceful transfer of ownership was preferable to bloodshed. This is a victory for the French government, which has already declared the reacquisition of Haute-Savoie to be another victory in the world's working class. Romanian Civil War. After the disastrous defeat in the Weltkrieg, the days of Romanian monarchy were counted. After the death of King Ferdinand I in 1927, the crown went to his grandson Michael, who was soon forced to abdicate and was replaced by a military dictatorship. This autocracy was soon replaced by the nigh-totalitarian rule of the Iron Guard. However, many people in Romania, most notably intellectuals, remained sympathetic to the monarchists, especially Ferdinand I's disgraced son, Karl. A group of monarchist officers have defected and seized control of Bessarabia and Moldavia as a stage of operations for a monarchist restoration of the country. Romania now falls into a bloody civil war and no one knows how it will end. I know how it will end. Unsuccessfully. Intervene in the Romanian Civil War. Now that the civil war has erupted in Romania between the Iron Guard government, supporters of the former king, who shall Austria support? Great question. Approaching Romania. So, is faction leader, yeah, because we need to form our faction, we're at peace. They are at peace and fully independent. I guess it doesn't matter. Support the monarchists, support the legionnaires, stay out of it. Support the monarchists. They're not going to win, but support them anyway. Because this civil war might take some pressure off of Bulgaria to help them out, though I'm not hopeful. Turkestan Khanate has gone to war with Alash Orda? Yep. This is a mess. What a successful civil war you seem to be having. Mongol Khanate has declared war on Tibet. Great. Well, this is definitely an interesting start. We're gonna have to deal with this. We'll probably have to deal with this. I sincerely hope we don't have to deal with this, but we probably will. Ah, and that seemed to have gone well. Fall of Madrid. Reports from Madrid confirm the Spanish city has been captured by advancing anarcho-syndicalist troops after long, merciless fighting through hilly terrain in the old city. Spanish forces put up a stiff resistance, hoping to delay the anarcho-syndicalist forces as long as possible, but were eventually beaten back. Officially, reports indicate that Policio Real de Madrid has been thoroughly pillaged by anarcho-syndicalist soldiers, ending up with the building burning down in the night. At the Puerta de la Alicia was rigged with explosives and destroyed along with many more or less noteworthy royal monuments. With the fall of the capital, it's expected the Kingdom of Spain will surrender soon despite calls for merciless resistance from Spanish generals. French generals, no, not right at all. The Carlists have actually resurged a little bit, probably because pressure from the Kingdom of Spain has lessened from the syndicalist push. Nope. Alright. You're done. You're all in position. Why don't you start training for me? And this. But that'll do. Make me a second army. Can I even afford a second army? In training. No, I absolutely cannot. Get rid of this. We're gonna have to change our drafting laws before... or conscription laws before I can build a second army. Meanwhile, let's just try to make sure they're halfway decent. I do mean halfway, I didn't mean full decent because... well, can't guarantee that. How's construction going? Achingly slow. Gotta queue up military factories all over the place, though I don't really expect them to be put into use for quite some time. Wow, that's a really shitty division. Romania got this. Serbia got damn near everything. And Greece got this and this. I mean, I guess it's not a horrible division, but damn. Normally, it might be because Romania was still at war. Well, we'll see what happens here. If anything. Russia announces her ambitions. While many still view Russia as a failed state, torn apart by revolts, disorder, and ineffective rule, serving as a buffer for the Reichsbach, recent events have proven something different. The government of the Russian nation has announced their territorial ambitions, laying claims on almost all the territory of the former Russian Empire, and it appears they're willing to reconquer the lost land if necessary. Numerous nations in Eastern Europe have already recalled their embassies in Russia, and the world is waiting for Germany's response to this blatant attack on her sphere of influence. End of the Romanian Civil War. For good or ill, the Romanian Civil War is now over. General staff have reported they learned many valuable lessons regarding the nature of modern warfare over the course of conflict. Great. Just fucking great. Well, sir, we lost. But golly, did we learn a lot. Oh no. 19 is not what I want. 20 is what I want. Yeah, save that. Okay. The education reform or administrative reform? Yeah, let's go KK education reform. By bringing the various reforms of the education system that have happened in Austria proper during the 1920s into the other states of Lithuania, we can educate the youth of our subjects, both more efficiently and more open to the idea of a united Austria. Shouldn't it be an united Austria? Yeah, it should be an united Austria. Oh wow, Germany finally declared war on the Socialist Republic of Ukraine. Took a while. Not sure, these must be socialist uprisings? Yeah, I guess so. World tension still needs to go up 25% before we can fabricate on anyone. It'll be a while. Partial mobilization? Yeah, let's go for partial mobilization. Downfall in stability. Very good stability is back down to good stability. The Ottoman Empire is at war. Flanders Wallonia has capitulated. Flanders Wallonian government has gone into exile and their main forces have capitulated to the Socialist Republic of Ukraine, who's now in control of their home area. Man. Gotta love that. This event makes sense when they go to war with France, but when they're going to war with Ukraine, it's just like, man, these peasants on the complete opposite side of the alliance are rising up in support of Ukrainians. I mean, Godspeed, you idiots. Godspeed. Watch Ukraine actually pull out a victory somehow here. I will eat crow. Ideally, these civil wars can just drag on forever and I'll be a very happy man. Plan hope, free trade. I would love for the Pacific states to beat the United Mexican States and just annex them. Have a CSA stretch down here and a CSA over here. Nepal has declared war on the Ariacha commune? Really? You're attacking? Godspeed, Nepal. I don't think you have it in you, but I'd be impressed if you did. Mongolians are conquering. Turkestan Khanate are doing well. The Ottomans seem to be crumbling. Ah, I say that. It's mixed, right? I can't really tell how this is going. Kingdom of Spain will definitely lose. I think the anarchists will probably win, but the Carlists are putting up a pretty decent fight in Spain right now. It's noteworthy that the Texas... God, I forget what this part of Texas is called. This is the Panhandle. This, though, I don't remember, is doing remarkably well in holding out for so long on its own without any supply or support. It is almost 1938, so I'm going to go ahead and grab computing technology, because it might as well be 38 right now. How's this going? It's going. Yeah, I want you all to be regulars, because I can't trust that I'll have enough to get more of you. The KK identity. The Austro-Hungarian Empire has often been described as a heap of independent countries who just happen to be ruled by the same family. May they mock our empire as much as they want, we have trust in our Kaiser. Increase in stability, we now have very good stability, rather than just good stability. What's up with stability? How's this going up and down? It's going down by 0.2 per week because we have very good stability, but it keeps going up because of events. Cool. We need to be at war for more extensive conscription. Really? Okay, fair enough. It's 150 for a chief of staff. Yeah, that will be worth looking into, I think. The fall of Kiev. Bad news for the Socialist Republic of Ukraine today, as the Ruthenian army has just completed its assault on the ancient capital. While initial reports suggest Ukrainian defenders would be able to hold them at bridges in a protracted siege, the many avenues over the river provided too much to hold. Or proved too much to hold. While Ruthenian hands with Ruthenian troops on either side of the river and scattered defenders surrendering on the Isles, Kiev has fallen to the invaders. With the thriving hub now in Ruthenian hands, the rest of Ukrainian lands are in jeopardy. Jesus Christ. That shouldn't be that much of a tongue twister. While Belarusia has promised to respect the 700 years of history built up since the Mongols destroyed it in 1204, Kievian memory is long. Invasions have never been kind to them, and they fear for the worst. Yeah, so Ukraine's going down. Russian state declared war on the Turkestan Khanate. Oh god, yeah, Turkestan was just at war with these fellows up here, so their armies are now isolated in the middle of what's now Russia. That's a bad turn of fate. You got encircled by yourself, my dude. Justification against us by Serbia. Bring it, bitch. Status of Montenegro. Serbia asked for Montenegro. Montenegro. I don't know. That's not good. I can't make that good. I'm just gonna... Don't worry about me repositioning troops on the border. It's nothing. You don't need to be worried about it. I'm not anticipating you being jingoistic fucks. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that whatsoever. Alright, why don't we stop training? If you do, go slowly. Yeah.
Ihre Befehle?
Slowly. Do I want more troops? I do want more troops, but we don't have enough manpower for another 24 Etria revolts. Ethiopia's only gain in the Weltkrieg, the prized coastal possession of Etria, is now an open revolt. Disgruntled by oppression, disrespect, and overtaxation, the oppressed Muslim and Christian forces, Muslims capitalizing Christianism, forces of the nation have rallied under one flag and wish to free their country. The Emperor of Abyssinia has already reacted with outrage, and the Etrian War of Independence has begun. Etrian? Yeah, whatever. Eritrea. As some places are set on the table, the region watches closely. Will Somalia take the opportunity to take Harar and its other claims on the empire? Will Abyssinia manage to keep its only coastal port? Or will the bravery of the outrageous rebels prevail? Time will tell. Really, it said only time will tell, but time will tell. Alright, we're building one of those battleships, and then we get good battleships. Well, good. Not horribly out of date battleships. It'll take a while. A long while. You should have... Are you not attached to this? You are. Well, one of you is. Gandhi takes power in the Aryatia Commune. As the leader of the Commune's agrarian socialist faction and its recently elected head of state, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, is that right? Karamchand Gandhi, sometimes called the Mahatma, or the Pure Soul, by his devoted countrymen, gave a fiery speech to an electrified crowd in Calcutta today, promising that there was a path to peace for the reunification of India. While he dismissed speculation that this means submission of the Union to either the Dominion of the North or the Princely Federation to the West, and firmly stated the Commune would defend itself against any and all aggression, he urged people throughout India to consider the possibility of a Swaraj, or self-rule, through peaceful means, rather than through a self-destructive war which would only bring more misery, and stating his government would be doing its utmost to follow this path. Yeah, okay, Ottoman Empire's not doing hot. Iran is destroying it. Well, that's a weird force going on. I'm amazed that these rebels are still holding out. Absolutely amazed. I'm curious if these rebels will fire again if or when they go to war with France. We've just received a state visit from the Principality of Liechtenstein. The Principality of Liechtenstein is the final remnant of the Holy Roman Empire, and due to its unique geographic location, has survived up to now. Since 1818, they've been under our protection, first through our leadership of the German Confederation, and later through bilateral treaties. Prince Franz has stepped down from the throne and named his 31-year-old first cousin, twice removed, as regent. To celebrate the occasion, they've brought us gifts and good wishes. In turn, we've given the new prince gifts and wished them a happy and long reign. How lovely. Alamut, newest book of Vladimir Bartol. The Slovenes are one of the lesser talked about minorities of our empire, though even after hundreds of years of being a part of it, they've stuck to their own language and culture. The newest bestseller in the Slovene-speaking territories, written by Bartol, is a story of Turkish and Prussian struggles to control the fortress of Alamut. The action is set in the 11th century when the Seljuk Turks started expanding into Asia Minor. It is suspected that the book will be translated into German and various other languages soon enough. Great. Great. I want... Oh, where is it? Infantry. Mass combat. Mass combat's what I want. Chief of Staff mass combat makes our infantry attack and defense better, recruitable population go higher. That's definitely what I want right now. I don't know if Serbia is going to actually press the status of Montenegro, but I will be ready. I'm mostly concerned about this front and this front if they pull in the Romanians. We'll see what happens. Surprised that the Ukraine's still holding out. We've got a lot of surrounded troops. They're almost pushed out of Flanders, finally. It took a while. Alright, there's KK identity. Alright, Bohemia subject, Galicia subject. This focus will cancel requirements not met. Has no effect. Changes in the world situation might change it. Don't love that this is saying there's no effect. I'm going to finish these reforms and see. If this tree isn't finished, I'm going to be sad. Sad, sad. And manually annex the countries instead. Things are going pretty well. I'm really excited about heading off for vacation in a couple of days, which is why I've been streaming so much, so I can make sure YouTube has a decent backlog. Turkestan Khanate has fallen, unsurprisingly. They didn't have a chance in hell. I'm honestly surprised the Socialist Republic of Ukraine has fallen so quickly. I was amazed that Flanders fell. I'm happy that this is still going on. The AUS are getting crushed over here. So, improved infantry equipment. Yeah, I am going to Chicago with my partner. I grew up in the Midwest, a couple of hours outside of Chicago, so I have a lot of childhood memories and really favorite museums there that I want to go share and check out. Some of my favorite dinosaur exhibits are getting renovated, and I am incredibly excited to check it out. As a kid, I wanted to be a paleontologist. I went there a lot. The resurgent Serbian state today pressured us to give up Montenegro. The largely Serbian population of that province has for some time voiced their wish to join Serbia. In return for the province, Serbia has told them they will not demand any further Illyrian land. And deep dish pizza. Yeah, Chicago deep dish is awesome. Deep dish is my favorite kind of pizza. No, we are not ceding that. Serbia should stay small. You want it? You gotta declare war for it. Kingdom of Siam has declared war. 37th? This is the 37th Siamese-Burmese War. Wow. A new Siamese national populist regime under Premier Blake. Fuck. Ibud Songkram? I still cannot pronounce their name. Declared war against Burmese government in Yangon today, citing Burmese agitation attempts in Morlamang areas as an act of war. However, the Siamese themselves are clearly the aggressor here, as they've already seen unrightfully occupied lands up to the Salween River, abusing this Stresemann Treaty, which dictates the border between the Siamese and Kingdom of Burma by the Germans back in 1929. On the Burmese side themselves, the situation is pretty bleak and can only result in the rise of a Siamese hegemony in Indochina, which could threaten European presence in the area. Sweet. Wait, that sounds cool. I have not seen these two go to war with each other. Yeah, the Art Institute of Chicago I'm really excited about going to, because it's always really a good time. I really like art museums, hence studying history in college and wanting to get into museum management as a career. Thank you for following. Provided Steam Labs is working today, it'll go up there, but MoveBot tends to be a hell of a lot faster. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited to just ramble about dinosaurs for a while. I was doing that when I was streaming Operation Genesis, but next month I get to ramble about dinosaurs as well, because the new Jurassic Park game is coming out. And the new Jurassic Park movie as well. Get hyped for that. See, there it is. Thanks, TARDIS mechanic. It's a noticeable delay, right? Okay, I'm kind of excited at the prospect of Serbia starting shit, but yeah, Operation Genesis. I played through 2 campaigns. One, I got hit by a twister pretty early on, and it would just be suffering to keep going on. The series is up on YouTube if you want to catch up on it. I played through one park, and I'm like, yep, that's this game. I'm done. Well, you know, New Zealand has some dinosaurs. It's just not the most easily excavated terrain, right? You got a fuck ton of mountains down here. While it's really pretty, it's not the easiest stuff to dig through, right? In the United States, the majority of our dinosaur finds come from really arid regions. Some semi-mountainous regions, but Montana is a really big one. The Hell Creek site in here is really big, and generally old riverbed regions. No dinosaurs, but a bunch of retirees. Yeah, I grew up here in the Midwest, so I always wanted to go on dinosaur digs. I never ended up doing it. I've been on archaeology digs as part of my college program, but never any paleontological digs. That word. Nationalist victory in South Africa. After a contentious election divided the Union of South Africa into the Nationalist Party, led by JBM Hertzog, has declared victory. Though with the slimmest of majorities in the country's parliament, voting in South Africa is restricted mainly to whites, split between Afrikaners in the north and the British in the south. With the Afrikaners vehemently supporting Hertzog, they were able to achieve victory. Unrest in British areas is on the rise, however, particularly within native population, who fear the Nationalist Party's planned apartheid policies, and many are predicting the country will fall to violence or even civil war before long. Tyranno-syndicalist Rex. If you do a mock-up of that and post it to the Kaiserreich subreddit, I suspect it will be liked. Really, any half-baked meme will be liked, but I'd like it. That's my kind of bad pun. Communism and dinosaurs? Fuck yes. So I'm holding off on spending any political power just in case we get into a war and I can up our conscription. Well, you know, it has to be a carnivore, right? You're gonna eat the rich. Might as well do it with sharp teeth. Chief of Army. Do I want a Chief of Army right now? I was just saying how I wasn't planning on spending it, and here I go. Guns and butter, I tend to like a lot. Fuck, Fall of Atlanta. That means the CSA is winning, which the CSA apparently wins a lot nowadays. I've been seeing complaints on the subreddit about that for months and months, and the latest Dev Diary actually addressed that. Very excited for the new American Civil War that they're going to do, because I played through enough times. I don't love that. Poland, no. Poland, you're supposed to be my little buddy, not demanding territory from me. The fuck, Poland? This is not why I forced you to elect one of my people. Poland, firmly in our sphere of influence since the election of Karl Albrecht Habsburg Lothringen, has made an official diplomatic request for dominion over Galicia. The Poles have fairly weak claim to the whole region, however, their claim to Krakow is strong, where the majority of the people are. Poles and would likely welcome return to Poland proper. How should we respond? Utterly ridiculous. Galicia is there by right, they shall make do with only Krakow. What? Is that in this tree? Return to Galicia. Yeah. So if I do that, you rebuild Krakow. But are you my puppet? Or are we just allied? We're just allied. Or loosely affiliated? Sure, you can have it. I'm not crazy about it, but thematically it sort of makes sense. You're shocked Austria and Hungary don't have custom trees yet? Yeah, Hungary really should have custom trees. You can give them one city. Yeah, it didn't give them the city, just gave them the whole thing. I'd rather have a strong Polish ally than anything else. This is not the way I typically play Austria. Typically I force the social Democrat Party to win, and I go down the pluralism tree, so this is all new for me. And also, I'm not sure if this is finished. Because this has no effects, and this has no effect. Which is mildly concerning. You know, say lovey. It is what it is. I'm not expecting this to be the longest campaign because Austria's tree's not entirely done and isn't as robust as some other nations. The South African Civil War. With their recent victories in South Africa in 1938 elections, the National Party under President James Hertzog was confident it could implement its sweeping changes to the country's system of radical segregation, which they call apartheid. Regardless of protests from more British-leaning provinces of Natal and the Cape, today that confidence was proven ill-founded as leaders in Durban signed a document they called the Natal Covenant, which declares they will never surrender to the nationalists and will see their government toppled by force. Battle lines have already been drawn, splitting the country in two, as a civil war has broken out to determine South Africa's path, once and for all. Yeah, Millennium Dawn has a lot of placeholders as well. Yeah, nothing worse than being excited for a focus tree and seeing placeholders. These used to all be placeholders. So, this used to be worse. If only a couple don't properly work, that's okay. If I have to manually go in and annex states, I'll do it. Hey, I'm not above a little console commanding. Yeah, if we get dualism restored and we integrate Hungary but don't integrate Poland and Illyria, I'm using the console to integrate Bohemia and Illyria. And I might at that point also integrate Poland, even though they're not part of the package deal. Yeah, the Millennium Dawn and Modern Day Mod teams did team up. That happened a month ago or so? Yeah, that's pretty exciting. That always makes me happy to see two mods that more or less do the same thing and compete with each other go like, hey, instead of just like saying I can do this better than you and you can do this better than you, what if we took our strengths and put it together, like the Death and Taxes and MEIOU team for EU4, making Mew and Taxes for EU4. Pretty cool. I haven't looked too much at the project yet, but like I was saying when I started the stream, I haven't played Holy 4 in a couple months. Honestly, I've been wasting a lot of time playing Star Trek Online. I'm not proud of that fact. I'm definitely going to stream Star Trek Online once the next content patch comes out, because you can start as a Jem'Hadar, and I'm all about that, even if the game is maybe not the most fun thing to watch. I'm still going to be playing it, and if I'm playing it, I might as well be streaming it. Yeah, let's go with Ringo or Otto Mexner von Sveinstam? Sure, yeah, this man. He has a name I can't pronounce. I believe in him. Alright, so What is reformed in Vienna shall also be reformed in Prague, Krakow, and Zagreb. Based on this, though, we are currently developing a new local administrative system. We're currently formulating a plan on how to integrate the new subjects now that they are bound closer to Vienna, and Cisleithania centralize. Our ongoing reformations brought the empire together. Sure, Austria still resists, but even they cannot deny it. Austria is more united now than ever. My god, if being more reunited or more united means I have to use console commands, I will do it. Do any of you give research? You do! Research time reduction. I like that. Do I like Richard Banashek or Robert Winterstein more? Winterstein? Alright, end of the American Civil War. This is worth reading. Let's go with Winterstein. Yeah, meanwhile, Germany's just hanging out. Kingdom of Ukraine is back. Puppet of Germany. They better sweat nervously if I integrate all this and eat all this up. I'm making a Großdeutsche the Austrian way. The Second American Civil War, the bloodiest conflict to ever descend upon the New World, is over. And as sobbing widows bury their dead husbands and sons, the last traces of the old regime are being swept away by the American Revolution, headed by the Combined Syndicates of America. The old capitalist system is being dissolved and replaced with an organization similar to that of France and Britain, and the red-black banner now flies over the former Congress, soon to be converted to the Congress of the Syndicates. The CSA has already strained its relations with Canada, and it already looks forward to becoming the vanguard of syndicalism in the New World. America has changed forever. Meanwhile, the United Mexican States and Pacific States of America are still going at it over New Mexico and Arizona. And, Chihuahua? Sonora, damn it. Chihuahua is right here. My knowledge of Mexico's geography is not as good as it should be. I lived in Arizona for like 4 years. I should know Mexican geography better. Do I want... So we have line artillery, and getting them to be better is cool. Yeah, let's go with space support. I'm amazed the Commune of France hasn't pushed for the Romandy crisis yet. Where would that be? Did I miss it? There's this. Oh, do they not demand Romandy anymore? I thought they demanded both. Well, all the same, Germany's getting time to recover. I think the smart money is on the PSA winning this, or the Pacific States. Their industrial base, it's worse? I thought their industrial base was better. Never mind. I guess Mexico will probably win, but we'll see how this goes. The Rhodesian government has gone into exile. The main forces have capitulated to the Union of South Africa. I didn't even know Rhodesia became a separate... No, yeah, of course Rhodesia becomes a separate state here. The only times I've ever been interested in the South African Civil War has been when I've been playing Germany, or more aptly when I've been playing Deutsch Middle Africa. But it's been a long time since I've seen anything go on down there. Oh man, if this... Will this give me cores or will it just annex? It says it becomes a puppet, which... Jesus, that is such a disappointment. Kingdom of Hungary becomes puppet of Austrian Empire. Really? This train just turns them into puppets? That's so much worse than this one that turns you into a single state. Well, if that's how it goes, it's fine. I'm still gonna play around with the rest of the tree. Though the situation in Japan has been critical ever since the peace with honor, numerous economic crises, unrest, and an ineffective response to German interventions in China, leading to the collapse of the autocratic Tanaka regime. The empire of the rising sun managed to bounce back, albeit only as a regional power with its influence limited to East Asia. However, the Japanese seem determined to put this weakness to rest, and have now announced their ambitions of seizing their place among the great powers once again. By force, if necessary. Germany, with its own sphere in Asia, is unlikely to receive this news warmly. Oh, hey, Hirohito. What is happening with this tree? Jesus, they've taken all the focuses in here. Oop. Bulgaria is free. And the occupation. Ah! I didn't know they had an event associated with that. The agrarians take power in Bulgaria. Following their overwhelming loss in the Balkan War against the powerful Belgrade Pact, it seems as though the issue of selecting a new government was a hot debate within Bulgaria. As it stood, the Bulgarian people themselves had three candidates who would lead the nation: the Liberal Radical Democrat, the Broad Socialist parties, and the conservative Bulgarian Agrarian National Union, led by Alexander Stambolioski. In the end, it seems as though the BZNS were effectively able to seize power and cement their reign in Bulgaria. Mexico is very totalist. CSA is currently syndicalist, not totalist, but they can become totalist later on if they pick the correct options in here. I always go totalist with the CSA because, I mean, you go Soviet, go full Soviet. There's something in here involving, yeah, Mexican-American war or unity. Yeah, nothing we can do about that. This is Lithuania. Lithuania. We need to wait until 1947? Holy shit! Aw, game, ain't nobody got time for that. Alright. Well, let's start doing Protector of the Balkans. The Weltkrieg has left the Balkans by large as an Austrian zone of influence. Unfortunately, we had to focus on other things during the last few years. We should now remedy this and once again show who's the master of this house. Alright, maybe we're not going to form a united Austrian Empire in this stream tonight, but we are going to bring the Balkans under heel. Ah, Carlos, Spain. You were doing so well. Russian state declared war on the Socialist Republic of Georgia. Bulgaria declared war on Kingdom of Serbia. What? Boris III's coup. Apparently, it seems as though the pro-Slavic government under the former Prime Minister Alexander Stambolioski has been ousted from the government, with Ferdinand I's son, who now stylizes himself as Tsar Boris III, retaking the throne with the backing of influential rightist politicians and loyal officers from the military. This comes as a shock to many within the international community, and even those living within Bulgaria due to the sheer scope of the conflict. In addition, the state of affairs within Bulgaria is not one to be envied, as the nation itself is very much destabilized with mass rioting, looting, and protesting, all being common within a core victorious nation, the once victorious nation. Whatever may come, this is certainly a decisive and watershed moment in Bulgarian history. Keep alt-tabbing every time focus completes. Yeah, it's such a habit just for me to hit the space bar whenever I hear that button, or hear that sound. Hear that sound. Well, we may not have to do anything against the Serbians, as, Boris is back, baby! Why did the Greeks back the Bulgarians here? I'm not What the fuck is happening? Yeah, the Balkans need protecting from themselves. Russian states declared war on the Mongol Khanate. Now this might take a while. The Mongolians have been doing fairly well, but right now they're focusing mainly on Shanqing Jiango. Shanqing Jiango, sure. And that leaves the Siberian front way open. Decryption, nice. Let's go for advanced machine parts. But Bulgaria really won't have an army, so this is more or less on Greece. Good luck. You're definitely going to need it. Land Doctrine, Theorist, I'm not crazy about any of those. Can I get... Alright, this gives soft attack plus 10%, defense plus 5, but definitely this one, not the other one. So when 39 rolls around and we research our new infantry weapons, they will be slightly better variants. For now, how are we doing on production? Not great. Let's tone this back. That's good. How's that? How's that out? Okay, that's better. I didn't realize we weren't producing planes at all. Whoops. Kingdom of Serbia annexed Bulgaria again. Ireland is pretty fun to play in Kaiserreich. They used to be broken as fuck. And they still are. They have a ton of bonuses that they get. And they're... Look at the size of their focus tree. It's massive. Absolutely massive. For such a small country, they get a lot of attention. I'm worried by how quiet this front has been. Ooh, who won? Who won? Union of South Africa. Herzog won. Well, and they're immediately joining the Germans. Shame. Nationalists win in South Africa. The civil war that's been ravaging South Africa has been bloody and bitter. Dividing across ethnicities, political ideology, and ancestry, the Dominionists fought to defend the Cape, while the isolated South Rhodesia protected Salisbury with every man they had, and Afrikaners fought furiously on two fronts. As the dust settles, the Nationalists seem to have won, as the Vierkleur? That's the flag, the name of the flag, I presume, flies proudly over Salisbury and the Cape. Eventually, Rhodesia's isolation was its downfall, and the Dominionist troops could not contain the Afrikaners in their momentum. Now it is expected for them to turn inward, their plans of apartheid. Yay. Yay, apartheid. Ooh. Not so yay. Alright, approaching Albania. Apparently Albania is our first one to go to. Ah, we can't intervene in Romania because the civil war is not going on. Well, there's a few things I fucked up. Quite a few things I fucked up. Were I to come back and play Austria again, I would know that I should keep an eye on that immediately. Go Social Democrat. Go hard, Social Democrat. And get Protector of the Balkans really quickly so you can jump in and get intervention in Romania when that becomes relevant. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to do some weird stuff to get Romania. I mean, not that weird, because they're not allied with anyone anymore. Never mind. Do weird stuff to get Romania. Like I said, Japan declared war on Russia. Pretty typical. Often this turns into a really ugly three-front war. with Japan attacking Russia, the Mongolians attacking Japan, Russia attacking the Mongols, can be kind of rough. Yeah, let's get better infantry equipment. Wales is not good in this mod. It breaks away, but I think it has a generic idea tree. Wales was always one of my favorite countries to play as in Total War games. Their longbowmen were pretty dang good. Okay, I guess we'll start trading with rubber. I need rubber. Ain't nobody I like got rubber. Alright, you have rubber. Oil. Nope, no one I like. Alright. Pacific States of America. Nah. Azerbaijan. I can go for that. And chromium from Illyria. Yeah, give me all 51 of your chromium. Thanks, dog. It's vitally necessary for Austria to have a strong navy. Oh. Our interests in Albania. The Principality of Albania was left under Austrian influence after the Weltkrieg, but our delegation was forced to abscond due to internal problems. Now, however, we're ready to resume our earlier contact. Alright, can't do any of these. This is within Lithuanian development scheme. Construction speed in all of our subjects will go up 10%. It's pretty nice. Albania declines. Anvi Rustremi has let us know that his country has no interest in our offer of protection. Albania will not be part of our sphere. This is not my best Austria game. Once world tension gets to 75, so help me God, the Balkans are going to pay. Right, yeah, let's start improving our field artillery. That is a fairly significant part of what we have. My dad's family ancestrally are Welsh. We don't really have very Welsh names or stories or anything else. It's kind of odd. But Wales has always been kind of cool, especially as you go further and further back in time. It's sort of this untamed country, part of the United Kingdom. And granted, that comes with a lot of negative connotations later on, but Scotland had that sort of, the Highlands in particular, had that sort of reputation. But I don't know, Wales, especially in like Arthurian legend, is a very magical place. The Australasian Guard. Surprising news from the Australasian Confederation. It's Australasian Confederation, as Eric Campbell's Centre Party managed a come-from-behind victory, that's a sex joke, in the recent elections. The Centre Party is the political front for the Australasian Guard, a paramilitary organization made up of ex-servicemen who fought in the Weltkrieg. These right-wing authoritarians have long criticized the Australasian government for not going far enough in its suppression of syndicalism, and gained admiration for the assistance in quelling the Melbourne Commune rising in 1924. The popularity only increased as they maintained order during the recent labor violence following the 1936 election. It's unknown what effect this turn towards authoritarianism will have on the country, though the Entente is relieved that the Guards' fervent dedication to the British Empire. Yeah, Total War Britannia was really, really good for playing Wales. It's one of the few Total War games in recent years I've been thinking about going back and playing. I like the Total War series. Okay, I'm not actually that crazy about the battle simulator, which is really the heart of the game. Oftentimes I'm just so impatient to keep the game going that I'll rush through and play poorly. Proposed not just in part as a way to undercut Hungary by outperforming them, the Cis-Lithuanian development scheme aims to bring the many regions of Austria closer together, and bring them economically up to par with more developed areas of the empire. Yeah, it's really a pity Hungary doesn't have their own tree. They could seriously use it. Align with the Austrian sphere about fucking time. My god, man. I gave you Galicia, and still it took this long for you to align with us. I guess I technically haven't had a faction until now, but still. I find your lack of Felkuri disturbing. Concentrated infantry... infantry industry. That's a different thing. So, the Ottomans lost. I must have just clicked through that. I just clicked through it. Looks like the Mongolians are on their way out. The Russians should be able to push them to surrender close enough. This is a really cool opportunity for Shanqing as well. They could get enough territory to actually beat Qing in their war. They may not. They tend to be the losers in that conflict, but it'd be very cool to see them do well. But they don't have a special focus tree, so maybe not. Maybe it wouldn't be that cool. Are armored cars in Kaiserreich? I think so? Let me check. No? No? Yeah, well, depending. You have mobile infantry, which are kind of armored cars, but no, not armored cars is a unit type like you're thinking about, and like I'm thinking about. What is that from? Is that Road to 56 that has that? I honestly don't remember. The Illyrian what? Has completed the focus electrifying the Sudban. Man, yeah, if I had gone for this, we would have had a research slot by now. Yeah, sure. Let's focus on the economic rehabilitation plan. Established during 1935 during the conference to discuss the sluggish state of the Austrian industry, the economic rehabilitation plan had to be put on hold due to ongoing economic crisis. Still, its content... Wait a minute, this is the first thing I tried to do, and it canceled because of the Black Monday event. Yeah, I liked armored cars. More affordable. Yeah, go for fighters. Go for lots of fighters because I don't have the manpower to support another army as large as I want, unfortunately. Hey Russia, trade with me. That sweet, sweet oil. Forbidden oil. Yeah, I haven't touched this tree at all. I haven't. Military occupation might have been the way to go. It would have gotten us war a lot earlier than this. So Iran and Saudi Arabia are fighting. Fantastic. Oh, I'm over an hour. Alright, I'm gonna keep streaming for an hour or two at this point, but if you're watching on YouTube, I've been recording for an hour, so I need to cut this recording. Stop by again tomorrow for more of this, YouTube. Till then, make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, click the alert button, follow me on Twitter. write me a polite letter. I don't know. Engage socially. Till then, toodaloo, take care. I'll see you later. Bye.